Hello and welcome to Shell Will Tell. Today I will be making commentary on the movie Sydney White, based off of a modern fairy tale story of Snow White. So her father was a construction worker and her mother died when she was very young. Such a sad, tragic life that she had to spend all her time around these men and doesn't own any dresses or anything, and is definitely opposite of a sorority girl, but her mom went to a sorority, so she wants to live out her mom's legacy and go and be a part of this sorority in college. And right here is the evil witch. She's even called Witchburn. So, haha. Oh yes, you are such the fairest of them all. Such a cute little sharkette. She brought her whole entire comic book collection to a sorority. Maybe they can have comic book night. Her face is just like, ew. Why would you bring that? Why would you not bring cute clothes? Their fraternity shirt looks like it says BOP on it. It looks like B-O-P since it's beta whatever. Okay, are they playing triple chess or something? It looks like they set up 3 chess things and are playing triple chess. That face. She's so enthusiastic about everything and doesn't realize what's going on. She's like, ooh, I don't like this girl, but she's just like, oh, I love everything, blah blah blah. So for this, I'm like, why doesn't she just get that guy that was flirting with her earlier? She could have totally went up and asked him, but instead she got the nerdy guy and was like, oh, this will totally work. She's the only one wearing a t-shirty type pajamas instead of cutesy pajamas. So she also super smart or something. Is the other girl supposed to be the smartest in the class, but she becomes even smarter and she doesn't like how smart she is. No, you can't do jumping jacks with a necklace on. You will slap yourself the whole time. You have to take that off. She's the only one actually eating breakfast. Everyone else just has water for breakfast. You can't actually eat during breakfast. With this one, I don't know. It's she's okay, so don't change anything. It's does that mean don't change anything because she wants you to stay ugly, or don't change anything because she really actually thinks you're that pretty? I haven't figured that out. It's so stupid how she's pretending she doesn't care about the list. It's too obvious that she actually cares about the list. And these guys right here are obviously the 7 dwarfs from Snow White. So we found the 7 dwarfs that she's supposed to be hanging out with. And they each have different specific personalities. So if you go through them, you can try to figure out who is happy, who is grumpy, who is the shy one, all this stuff like the original Snow White. So she has to leave her sorority and go live in a dump. This is just one of those stereotypical new girl comes to town, she's better than me, so I'm gonna have to get rid of her or make me look better than her type of thing that happens. So since she is great at construction, she goes around fixing up the old nasty vortex place. And then this Dallas girl who had to straighten her pretty big hair because she didn't like the big hair is now liking the nerdy guy, which is kind of super cute. And she's making the guy run for president And then here comes this guy making a singing group. Every girl loves a guy that can sing. Because there's a singing in there, like the fairy tale, the prince singing. But she needs a moment where she sings to him, or else it wouldn't be like Snow White. They need to sing to each other. It's funny because their little crappy vortex house does look like the cottage that Snow White actually comes across in the actual fairy tale. So they got that pretty nice and accurate. And then they figure out the guy is still there because he wants to learn more things, because he wants to continue to go to college, which I don't know who in their right mind would want to continue to pay for classes and not just like go out and get a job. Like, what are you doing? But anyways, because that's what everyone waits for, to like graduate. And then some other people are like, I never want to graduate. Oh my goodness. So I was waiting for a poison apple in this, but there isn't like actually a poison apple. It's just them poisoning her apple, which is the Mac notebook that the guy hacked into and made all of her work disappear. And I mean, like, come on. Have you ever heard of a flash drive? You're supposed to save all your work onto a flash drive so that you don't lose it all. I do that all the time. You can't rely on your technology. Like, you cannot. Anything can happen. And then she's there at the last minute. She gets up there, makes a speech. Everybody's like, yay, get rid of the people who don't like us, freaks and geeks and whatever else. And then they totally get rid of Rachel Witchburn, toss the witch out. And then Snow White, Sydney White, becomes the fairest of them all. And then in the end, the guy who went to school too much becomes a millionaire. And everyone is just so happy. And they fix up the nasty little vortex house and all that stuff. So, anyways, this was supposed to be based off of the Snow White fairy tale and Seven Dwarfs and the apple that is actually the technology apple, not like a real apple, poisoning. And she gets the witch kicked out of the sorority thing. And this, for some reason, I get this movie mixed up in my head with So Undercover, that has Miley Cyrus in it, because they're so similar. Like, it's about a girl who doesn't seem like a sorority girl, goes and becomes a sorority girl, except the only difference is she's not undercover as somebody else. She's just herself. And in the Miley Cyrus one, Miley Cyrus is like a spy or something, but it still has like that exact same concept where they like go there, they're trying to be a sorority girl, they defeat like the evil person and all this stuff. So that gets mixed up in my head to me. People love these things about, oh, join the fraternity or sorority even though you're a misfit kind of thing, and try to fit in or make a difference, or make it where the sorority and fraternities don't rule everything. And they had that concept a whole lot. So with this, I liked their modern version of Snow White. I thought it was pretty nice. But I wouldn't have set it up into a sorority and made it like this weird hierarchy thing. I think I would have just like done some sort of girl gets stuck in the woods and finds 7 guys and finds some crazy girl who's after her or something like that. I wouldn't have done like a college, but this is their interpretation. This is what they wanted to do. Or if you were going to do a college, not make it about a sorority and fraternity, because it's just so overdone to me. But I would give this movie like 6 or 7 out of 10, because it's like, I know you're just trying to redo the fairy tale thing, just like all the Cinderella movie things, but I'm just like, I would have done it differently, but that's just my own opinion. Like, someone else could have liked this and been like, oh, this is great. And I thought it was a cute little movie and had good moments with the guys and funny stuff and like, but yeah, I would just give it like, I'm going to say a 6.5, between 6 and 7. And that is my thoughts on this movie, and thank you for watching.